Welcome back to One Comic Book a Day, where we've truly entered the crazy time of Superman. It is 1943. We are tackling Superman number 22, Meet the Squiffles. Now, the last two Action Comic stories have been pretty big and weird. This story, Superman not to be outdone by Action Comics, is buck wild. And I use that knowing I kind of hate that phrase. It's overused now. But no, it is buck wild. So Hitler's having a bad dream because it's 1943 and the war is not going very well for him. Yes, it is in fact Adolf Hitler. It is not a guy who looks just like Adolf Hitler, the not Hitler as I called him. No, it's truly Adolf Hitler. It took till 1943 for Superman to actually depict real Adolf Hitler. Except we may have seen him in that Action comic where he panicked about Superman not being really dead. His already bad sleep is disturbed by a bunch of green-looking elf creatures with antennae and wings, like if an elf had sex with a grasshopper. They call themselves Squiffles. They're like gremlins, but they're not gremlins. This is a very important distinction. They are not gremlins. The lead Squiffle tells Hitler that he can do something about the Allied forces as long as Hitler later fulfills a favor. Hitler takes this deal because apparently this guy who's super into the occult never read a story about making a deal that involves like a favor with a magical creature, because those never end well. Though it's Hitler. Screw him. And yeah, this does backfire Hitler in an insane way, especially for DC Comics to cover in the 1940s. Anyway, now the airplanes, specifically only the airplanes at this one experimental airfield, seem to be malfunctioning. They take out one pilot's plane, he survives, but they pour a whole bunch of alcohol on him so no one will believe the story about him seeing little green men destroy the plane. Wait, is he Homer and this is the Treehouse of Horror and they're Kang and Kodos? I would love it if Kang and Kodos attacked Superman, though. It wouldn't end well for them. Clark sort of believes him. He knows something weird's going on, so the Squiffles decide to go after him. And then it kind of becomes like a Mr. Mxyzptlk story. We keep getting all the elements of like a Mr. Mxyzptlk story, but we haven't quite got him yet. You can see that like Siegel and probably the editors really want to do something like that with an annoying imp. But they're disappearing while screwing around with Clark, making him look crazy in front of Perry. Now that is an actual challenge for Superman, especially the fact that these creatures are magical and he's weak to magic, though we haven't outwardly said that yet. He does seem to have trouble with them just disappearing in front of him before he can grab them. They then start taking out planes and Clark goes after them, but he can't seem to do anything about them. Oh no, Superman actually has a challenge. Essentially, the more annoying you are, the more of a challenge you are to Superman. You don't really like kill anybody, but you're more of an annoyance to Superman. And if a villain, like a mobster or somebody, could sort of make a deal with them, they could get away with a lot of crimes. Now that's a story that involves mobsters. There, I've done the work for you. Lois, while going around the airfield, accidentally walks into a door and sees that the boss of the airfield is actually the lead Squiffle the whole time. So she gets captured and Clark has to do something, but Superman hasn't been able to do anything yet. Don't worry, he has a plan, a deus ex machina, essentially. He goes into the war, the war that's happening that he's doing nothing about. He's not going to do anything about it here. And he goes and sees gremlins. I mean, legitimate gremlins sabotaging planes right now. They look just like the Squiffles, except they're like a bronze orange color, not green. So yes, gremlins actually exist. I actually thought the Squiffles were gremlins, and for some reason we couldn't call them gremlins. But no, they're actual gremlins. The gremlins are like, yeah, we'll join your cause against the Squiffles because we hate the Squiffles. It's time for the greens to fight the oranges. By the way, they also claim that they'll take his side because all they do is screw with things. They don't kill people. Wait, what? They are sabotaging airplanes. Pilots are flying miles above the ground. There's no way they haven't killed somebody. So Superman leads his army of gremlins against the Squiffles. The gremlins kick the Squiffles' butts. So the Squiffles end up giving up. And the leader goes and sees Hitler. Hitler's annoyed that the Squiffles didn't really succeed in anything, especially the fact that they're only attacking this one airfield. But he promised a favor, so the head Squiffle jumps into Hitler, possessing his body. So yes, people, in the final year of World War II, Hitler was controlled by a weird green fairy creature. What a thing to establish to a guy who's committing genocide right now. I don't think DC ever deals with this, so I'm going to have to go and write a Golden Age story about Superman freeing Hitler from a squiffle, or the squiffle was the actual threat of World War II. All of this sounds bad, but they did it. They set it up. Someone has to end this plot line. Unless they do, but I doubt they did. So yeah, that was Superman number 22, Meet the Squiffles. I don't know if I enjoy this story, but man, does it sound like a fever dream. And you know what? It goes crazy. I'd rather a Superman story just go completely wild than just be a boring story about Superman just not being able to be hurt by bullets. Okay, if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. Hit the bell icon to get notifications when a new video goes up. I do this Monday through Friday, but Fridays is Bat Friday, where I cover a Batman story in either Detective Comics or Batman. And until next time, let us ponder the question, whatever did happen to the Man of Tomorrow? And what the hell is a squiffle? Okay, have a great day.